Place to be. You don't come a day is free. If you're dying and fight for peace. Nobody down.
Hey, anybody here? You alright?
Yeah, follow me, yeah, let's run, niggas. Nigga, it ain't no science and no chemistry. You best believe a new religion gon' hit the streets. And it'll take a gang time to dig and breach. So you better be in line, don't get left behind. Cause the plan is only designed for those who understand and really see. That's 144,000 nigga with 133 degrees. So you gotta be strong to make it home. I've been through the storm, yeah.
It's your boy Masonite 333. We're on the corner of Slauson and West Boulevard. We're just down the street on 58th and West Boulevard. A shooting call came out, a gray sedan leaving the scene. Apparently a black male had a do-rag on, took shots at this individual who was non-affiliate in this SUV black type vehicle. And I was told it was his birthday today, and he was skinned in the face. But interesting enough, even with a baby aboard sign, they decided to take shots at this SUV, nearly missing his kids. These pictures are really, really serious because at this point, you know, we looking and we asking for mediation in this incident that's occurring, you know, over here and down there, if you know what I'm talking about. But at this particular time, they're targeting innocent people who have nothing to do with this incident. So. I think somebody got hit.
Well, what happened was I was coming out of the parking lot from cheerleading with my daughter, and we heard gunshots. There was an officer in the parking lot with us. He cut me off, took off down the street, and I came out the parking lot and saw the young lady trying to get out the car, screaming, talking about it's gonna blow up. So she jumped over the passenger that got shot in the head and fell onto the ground. And I pulled over to help her get up off the ground and gave her the phone to call her mom. And just sat there with her until her mom and the paramedics came.
It's your boy Masonite 333. We're on the 4700 block of West Rodeo Lane, where there has been a shooting, hit and run, and basically high-speed chase all in one. And from my understanding, you know, when I got here, I actually was down the street near Exposition and Dorsey High School, where there was a person that was struck on a bike that was being transported to the hospital. And unbeknownst to me, there was an additional scene where it started right up the street from here, where I'm standing now. So I don't really know what to say at this point, if it's called summer madness or summertime or the heat, but these things are becoming biblical in every way. And as I do the show, more and more these stories sort of, you know, add pressure to the volcano that's about to erupt. And no one knows really what that is at this point, but apparently there was a kid running across the street when this shooting happened. And when this person was shot, he veered across lanes, striking another vehicle, pinning the child in between the car. Not sure if he's a teenager or a child, but from my understanding, he's pretty young. and there was some talks of him possibly on a skateboard. Not sure of that, but real intense scene as this person in the car sat there, and his girlfriend actually had to get out and step over him from the passenger side to the driver's side, seeing her boyfriend or significant other lying dead or fighting for his life. So
nigga, it's on. If you listen to my song, it wanna be gone. My niggas, come on. Nigga, let's go. God, times are hard. Got a problem, they summons me. This is for my slaves, nigga, who's in the graves, who set me free like Obama said, yes, we can. Mason say so, hold the beat. Longitude and latitude, just 33rd. In a 3, that's a sin to the earth, nigga. Where we searching, need to be. Black man came first, nigga. So we the last one to leave, and my magnetism is strong and long. Yeah, nigga, cause I'm the kid, and I'ma open that cave, nigga. Dig on down 1,000 feet, and it ain't no other church. She's the mother earth, everything she gave me free. So bury me up in the dirt and watch it work, give birth to me. See, I got a place to be.
well, it's your boy Masonite 3D3. We're back at the park, Rancho Cienegos Park, not too far from where the shooting just occurred just last week of a male Caucasian at this intersection in which a white male was shot along with his girlfriend, and that car veered into a 16-year-old kid who was a skateboarder right here at this park. Unfortunately, we're back up here for another incident concerning race again. Not sure if that shooting was race related, but definitely either the shooters were either black or Hispanic in that last shooting that occurred and took the life of 2 people and injured 2 others. So, but we're up here for a stabbing. Apparently, African American male was stabbed in the chest and taken to the hospital by 2 male Hispanics. Not sure what the details are. Actually, he's right here. So he's being transported to the hospital in serious condition. And from my understanding, some sort of fight broke out. They had some African American females in handcuffs when I came. Something happened near the baseball field or the soccer field. But given the fact the knife was really, really large, this could turn into a felony assault, which carries a minimum or a maximum of 10 years. And in this case, you know, a lot of our brown brothers don't have their citizenship or their paperwork together. They could be deported. So unfortunately, one situation leads to a more larger one in this case. But yeah, let's get a hold of this brown and black issue, because again, you know, at this particular time, Trump is winning. If this continues, don't know really what to say to, you know, those who are going and never forgotten of a race, but definitely hate crimes on the rise. And we don't want it to be an everyday norm, because it's breaking down, it's allowing, you know, the Trump administration to win. It's your boy Masonite 333 as we sit here and wait on the outcome of this victim here on 46 and between Vermont, not too far from Normandy. Looks like a, you know, real nice home, real nice area, but however, bullets rang out and struck, not sure if it's a male or female, an individual, and this has been an area where it's plagued of a lot of shootings lately, 10 or more from what I'm hearing, starting from 2 weeks ago up till now. So feels like, you know, whatever the brother's going through, I mean, I know they worked it out, or you can work it out since you worked it out before, but at this particular time, we need help. So it's your boy Masonite 333. We are on Central and 41st Place, not too far from the Central Inn Motel. So apparently there was a shooting of a federal agent at this place. Of course, federal agent won the gun battle with a 70-year-old male Hispanic who shot his family July the 31st. That shooting happened on 42nd, between 41st and 42nd in Long Beach Avenue, which is all in Newton, LAPD division. So the feds were serving a search warrant or a felony murder warrant at the hotel. Not sure how they tracked him here to this location, other than probably his cell phone and a few other witnesses. But apparently when they got upstairs, there was a shot that rang out, and of course feds got the type of machinery that can go from a semi to a fully operated machine gun. So one lady, when I got here, didn't want to get on camera, said it sounded like thunder, as she put it. But there was a shot fired prior to the machine gun going off, and even though with all that shooting, I guess he managed to strike one of the FBI agent either in the lower body or somehow, some way he got struck with a bullet. Could have been his own bullets, not sure. But yeah, he was rushed to the hospital. He's in stable condition. But however, the suspect in this shooting is dead in the hotel, and we're waiting on the coroner. And I was able to get a preliminary report from one of the PIOs that came out to the scene. At this iterate, July 31st was a homicide that occurred in Southwest.
Correct.
And that was, can you talk about that just a little bit?
I don't have much information. I know July 31st, it was actually in Newton Division.
Okay.
And it was a homicide involving a person that got into a dispute with two family members.
Right.
He shot both, one died, and Newton Homicide was doing that investigation.
Okay.
And then they asked for the help of our fugitive task force to locate the suspect.
Okay.
And today around 11, that individuals assigned to that task force were here, saw the suspect. Preliminarily, we believe the suspect fired at the officers, and then there was an officer-involved shooting. Okay. So one agent from the FBI was struck and transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the suspect is deceased at scene, and the handgun he was armed with is also here.
Well, it's your boy Mason 333. We on the corner of 108th and Compton, where there's been a southeast dispute over a probation check. So obviously officers responded or rode by. From my understanding, they've been harassing this family, but you know, to their avail, they're saying that they rode up looking for a person on parole or probation, which obviously caused a situation where the family has been getting harassed, or spoke out as being getting harassed, you know, by Southeast Police Division, LAPD. So when I was there, they was in all type of riot gear and pretty much, you know, had tape up and, you know, a lot of pushing and shoving. Definitely something to be concerned about if you in Southeast area, and primarily the Nixon Gardens are right next to it, where they TD in and all that, you understand me? So it does have something to say about the law enforcement that are obviously giving these events that are over here, that definitely there's something to be thought about here.
Well, from what I'm getting, they my cousins were hanging out in the yard, and the police stopped, and so one of them walked away because she said that she's tired of every time that they're sitting out or hanging out or whatever, they're being harassed. So that she walked into my cousin's yard, they closed the gate, the officers pulled the gate back and physically pushed my son. And so after he pushed my son, they swung the gate open, and what we have behind us is this is the aftermath.
Now, is your son wanted? Is he on parole or probation or anything?
No.
So why do you think the officers would go in the gate and pursue your son?
This is what we're trying to find out. And what's so disturbing, you have at least 5 or 6 kids in there that's under the age of 15. So when my husband approached them to ask, can he get my son out of the yard, it was another thing that started to escalate between the officers and himself. So at the end of the day, day, my thing is that we're trying to build a bridge between the police officers and the community. How are we doing it if they're acting like this? And this is not the first time.
So there was another time.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Maybe I want to say it might be a little bit over, maybe almost 10 years. And I had them to run into my house, and they arrested a few people and ended up having to drop every case or whatever because they couldn't hold anything. So at the end of the day, it was kids involved that time, and my stepdaughter would have nightmares and have dreams about what was happening. They saw adults being punched in their face. They saw the police stepping on kids and running over kids. My cousin broke a toe. One of them had a black eye because the officer punched her in her face. I have talked and spoken to the Internal Revenue, and I mean,
Internal Revenue or Internal Affairs?
Internal Affairs. Okay. I'm sorry. So I talked to the Internal Affairs. She came to my job, and I expressed to her how I felt. I'm a homeowner. I work every day. I'm trying to raise my kids to be right. And I always tell them every officer is not a bad officer. But when they see this at a young age and they see all the negativity, this is what you get out of it. And really, for a minute, I thought that they were going to shoot. So, and I feel like the only reason why they didn't shoot because it was broad daylight, and you know, so many people out here.
Now, I can see majority of the officers, no disrespect, I'm not racist, or Latino or out of the area. Some Asian, some, you know, other. But definitely looking at the outcome of this situation, because all summer there's been a lot of activity over here, a lot of shootings going on between the projects, in which, you know, you guys need to mediate that and possibly get a hold on the violence that's going on over here in Southeast, because it's an area where if, you know, everybody gets along, it's a cool place to be, and if you don't, and then you got law enforcement turning up the notch. So yeah, we don't want it hot. Definitely look at the violence that we putting out there on each other. And the kids are back in school. So it's your boy Mason Knight 333. You watching Homicide Report, Back to School Homicide Report, 1 Million Hits 2018. Peace.